Most of us have limited resources that we can't burn indefinitely. What is the definition of successful businessman or successful entrepreneur? If you haven't been through the storm, the three founders had different portfolios from different backgrounds, but one thing is we all went through the route of entrepreneurship ourselves, and as we think that we want to come together to provide something by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. I was in the F&B, so the journey wasn't easy. You can see in recent news, many closed down and stuff like that. I have many friends with me. Some born with good luck, vast resources, more set up for success, I would say. But not all of us are like that. Most of us have limited resources that we can't burn indefinitely. We need to be more prudent and more careful in what we do, more things planned out and stuff like that. And given some of our characters or some people's characters, you know, it scares us or it scares off many people, and therefore not many people go into entrepreneurship. And for those that have the guts, have the dream or want to pursue their dream, it's very painful to see people in very high stress environments which affect themselves, their mentality, their psychology and so on. And when we bring these energies back home, it affects people around us, our spouse, our kids, and more people suffer. And therefore we want to have a platform to help more entrepreneurs or people that want to step onto the road of entrepreneurship to be supportive, to guide or to set a benchmark or to lead, make it easier for people by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. So for myself, F&B, 8 years in business, partner Ronald, 30 over years in business in IT, and then me coming from ministry, having good experience in ministry and doing public speaking. So it's all very slices of entrepreneurship, different industries, reaching out to different age groups and appeal to different audiences. So each of us actually came out trying to reach out to different audiences or different objectives, but we ultimately found that there is similarities for a better cause, and we decided to come together and put together resources to have this platform and reach out to more people and help more people. Me being in Navy, right, we say the calm sea never make a good sailor. What is the definition of successful businessman or successful entrepreneur? If you haven't been through the storm, are you just lucky? No one can say that your business is weatherproof. Your business is future-proof. You have sales today doesn't mean that you have sales tomorrow. And without having really going through storm, crises, etc., it's hard to say that one really has crisis-proof, future-proof, recession-proof business in all kinds of climate and environment. So how we then prepare for it? I mean, I learned this through the hard way during COVID. The family has so many outlets across Singapore, and in food we are always talking about margin. The same food being in residential area. Example, a plate of chicken rice in the hawker center, in the coffee shop in the residential area, we're at $4. Vis-a-vis the same plate of chicken rice, same ingredients, no difference, being in MBS, being CBD area, going up easily to $6, $8, or even in some hotels, not naming any brand, $20 over dollars. It is the same thing, it is the same cost. Even if you use better raised chicken, it doesn't cost a lot more expensive. So we're always talking about margin, but is margin really the only thing? If our business were all in CBD-centric, office-centric and tourist-centric areas, then in the COVID itself, you will have been wiped out because no one is going to work, there is no tourists, CBD, tourist areas, attractions are all dead. And if we had put in all our eggs in the same basket and all into these areas, then we have been wiped out during COVID as well. So then I learned about diversification. I learned about how to be weatherproof, crisis-proof, future-proof. So I think having been through experience through a crisis, knowing how it is, what to prepare, how to come out and emerge out from a crisis, having fell, standing up again, going at it again, not giving up, emerging stronger. Having someone that has experience, being someone that is experienced or went through it and speaking and telling that story to others, it will be more convincing. It is more practical. It is not just on paper, it's not just theory or theoretical. I mean, for myself, I also prefer someone that had went through the journey, been there, done that, to be more convincing. So bringing to the table, not just on paper, not just theory, been there, done that, survived, became stronger, emerging. I mean, personally, I would prefer someone of that caliber, of that experience, of that background. It will be more convincing. I think most of us set up not really in making it. Success can be measured in many ways, right? And in business, usually the first indicator of success is money, profitability, financials, numbers, etc. But I think for this, my personal thoughts is that we really want to influence, help more people. I always share and joke about it, the itchy backside syndrome. The entrepreneurs are a group of people that always out there roaring, do something, can't sit still, always want to explore, always want to be ahead of the curve. That's why we say we can't die, we are like cockroaches, we cannot die. If a meteor hit and wipe out all the dinosaurs, the cockroaches survive. The group of people that will survive, I tell you, will be entrepreneurs. We fight, we are just all out there trying to survive, and we will survive. Given the slimmest chance, the group of people that will survive are entrepreneurs. So to me, what would be a key indicator or measure of success to me? Reaching out to as many people as we can, help as many people as we can, one entrepreneur at a time, because it really helps ease off stress, providing resources, providing knowledge, expertise that they wouldn't have got to themselves in a shorter time with lesser effort, and forming more collaboration. Because the truth is, the three founders all have our own niche, our own expertise. We could have done it differently on our own, but why did we choose to collaboratively or coming together? Division of labor, economies of scale, merging of expertise, serving more people, sharing of resources. Together we can achieve more. And then together our network, our reach, it just multiplies. We say 1 plus 1 doesn't equal to 2. And now we have 1 plus 1 plus 1. It is not equals to 3. It might be 30, it might be 300. We are entrepreneurs. I always share entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. Who better to reach out to than someone that walked through the journey? You want to get theory? There are so many books, self-help books out there. But really someone that has been through the journey and willing to share, I guess I was also searching for such platform. I was also searching for such mentor. Not us, then who? If not someone that went through, then who? Entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. We are an entrepreneur academy started by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. If not us, then who?